Why should one U.S. senator have the power to decide how many trillions of dollars we're going to spend in our country? I mean, have we really gotten to that point? Really? Where he's told, time and time again, he doesn't support it, he doesn't like it. And will he have that kind of power to punish all of us because of the pork he might bring back to his state? I mean, this is when Joe Manchin's feet really have to be to the fire, because he plays off as a moderate. But if he comes back with something even close to the trillions and trillions the Biden team wants to spend, let's again remember, this is a guy who holds signs for Planned Parenthood. This is a guy who tries to play both sides of every issue. And on this one, it's going to be very tough. He's got the entire Democrat Party apparatus pushing against him. I mean, I don't want to, again, I'm not trying to go full negative, but I wanted to ask you this, Dan. Are we at a point yet where it's Joe Manchin is going to do something? Like there's no question there will be some kind of Build Back Better because of him? Or could he actually just return the page like you held up, blank?
Yeah, I mean, I think it depends who you ask, Jordan. But if you're asking me, I think he will cave at some point. I've said this from the beginning. I mean, Joe Manchin always caves at the end when it comes to liberal priorities, big spending bills. Like you said, he typically gets something in there for West Virginia. And look, there are going to be different views on this, bringing money back to your home state. Maybe in some ways people see that as a role for a home state senator. But Jordan, this is almost a true $1 trillion bill according to their score. And as you know, there was actually a new CBO score that was put out at the request of Senator Graham and some others on the Republican side and said, look, let's take a real world look at this. We know that you're not going to end these programs after 1 year or 3 years or 5 years, as you say in the bill. We know that they're going to continue into perpetuity because that's what every federal government program does. It continues into perpetuity. If we score it that way, what's it going to cost? The CBO came back, Jordan, and they said it's not going to cost $1.75 trillion. It's going to cost $5 trillion. So if Senator Manchin comes back and says, look, I got a few cuts here and there, and the real score isn't $5 trillion, it's only $4 trillion, Jordan, that should not be enough. And I would tell you this, one senator certainly should not have the power to spend that much money. But I would remind the American people this, there are 50 senators on the Republican side of the ledger who have said no, who have said this is too much, inflation is too high, the American people are suffering too much. Jordan, that should be the final say in the United States Senate. But if you're asking me to make a prediction, I think Joe Manchin's going to cave eventually.